Welcome. Sit down, roll up, pour up, turn up and tune in. Because you're now watching the Buncher Bull Network.
Oh, hi.
Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Vision Talks. My name is Greg Lamont.
Dude.
Karma, that's what we go by.
And this is Vision Talks. So welcome back. Make sure to spark up, sit back, and enjoy another great episode. We got some good shit to get into.
It's like when you're watching the weather and like the weather lady's like, coming back to you, Jeff, and then it's like back to him and he just stands there and stares. Yep.
Facts.
And they're like, you're live.
Oh, God. Yeah, but welcome back to another episode. We got my boy Karma here today.
Yes,
you want to introduce the people and tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you get into, what's the business.
Just a young black man trying to get right, you know what I'm saying, right now.
You're black?
Yeah,
Okay.
Damn. I didn't know he was going to say that on here. I thought he was kidding.
Facts.
So like...
Get out. All right, good. Now continue. Tell people.
We got a couple songs and shit. We've been in the stew, just like with our boy Dude, with our dude Greg and whatnot. And
With our boy Dude, our dude Greg.
Yeah.
Funny though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Hell yeah.
yeah, right now we just chilling, tired as fuck. So
like, have you ever had karma in your life?
I feel like everybody has.
Are you a real person?
No.
Okay, so tell
I've
us.
been told a couple times I'm not real.
tell us why. Why ain't you real, my nigga?
It depends on the type of mood I get.
What the fuck?
Like, I don't know, dog.
Okay.
I feel like I could be a good cartoon character.
Me
I've
too.
actually been
Me
wondering,
too.
like, recently, especially,
I think
how
we
I
should
get into, like, voice acting for
You could do it.
cartoons and, like,
Just show yourself.
like certain shit. Even
Do
be
it.
an actor, just straight up.
You can do it.
You know
Hell
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
you got this.
Wanna
But
make
tell us, hold on. I'm just curious, and I'm sure the people are curious. Where did you get the name Karma?
Get Scooby Snacks sometimes.
Woo!
Damn, Scooby.
Sponsored by Scooby Snack. Scoop.
No copyright, but I got it from the concept of, like, well, karma means a lot. It can mean more than one thing. Obviously, it means, like, yeah, you do bad, you would
Right.
expect bad to
Comes
come back.
around.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good. But it also, like, I look at it in the sense of, like, how the universe turns
Yeah.
and just how things work in nature.
Just a
and
part of
concept
nature,
and everything. Karma is a concept and everything. What goes around comes around.
Right.
And that life is a cycle.
Right.
And it's
So there can pretty much be no existence without karma. You know what I mean? Like, is
there
that
has to be a duality
yeah?
to everything, and
I like that
karma
word.
is the, like, universal duality to all. Like,
Fuck yeah.
it's the, like, good and bad is the duality, dark light, but karma is also, you know.
Hell yeah, I fuck with that.
And then I don't know. I feel like it'd be cringy to say, but, like,
Now,
I feel like certain people, at least, depending on what it was, I swear they would do some dumb shit to me, and then turn around and, like, shit's just
hell yeah,
it goes
it
way
ain't going
wrong
their
for
way
them.
no more.
And so, like,
Right, like it's all in your favor, pretty much. Hell yeah. So my other question for you is like, what are your main forms of art, or like what does karma do? What can you find karma doing? What does karma plan on doing in the future?
me and myself.
Okay.
Like, no. That was a question. Like, are you asking me?
No, I'm saying karma. What art does karma make, or what business? Like, what is it that karma does? But like your artist name.
I go by karma. I wasn't talking about. I wasn't sure if you meant, like, Me
or
the
the
actual
actual
concept
force.
of karma.
Yeah,
You
you.
know what I'm
It
saying?
means human.
Well, if we talking about me, I found forms of art, especially like in music for one,
Okay.
and that's one that I could relate to. Like I'm not artistic, like you know what I'm saying. I'm not very inclined to go and draw some shit or paint some shit.
Right.
But like I can very much so hop onto a mic and express
Right. You're
what I'm feeling, at least if it's in that moment.
you're not so much of like a visual like drawing, painting. You're more so sonic, audio.
Right. But I can appreciate visual, you know what I'm saying, like real art just because
Right.
I've seen like I can't do that shit. You'll get stick figures. So like
Now,
you know
could
what
you
I'm
ever
saying? So,
see
like,
yourself like getting into like film and shit or acting?
if I was the one acting and I'm just purely like
Your
playing,
type of script.
like I'm role playing, I'm playing the role and whatnot, then
So-
sure, then like
So
but I don't
in
wanna
that
s-
case, would you ever do YouTube or content? Like, because I feel
could
like
also
that's
see
art.
myself. Sorry, I'm tired of shit.
You're good,
I
man.
could see myself doing like YouTube,
You have a song.
Twitch.
You have a
content.
song out already. We were gonna listen to, don't you?
Hell yeah.
Hey man.
Yeah. We could
I,
put it
so
on.
so don't judge me and shit. But like I technically haven't dropped it yet. It was like
That's
one of-
alright, man. If it's
Yeah.
downloaded, we can still listen
Yeah,
to
we
it.
could
We
Yeah, I
could
do
review
have it. I
yeah.
do have it. Yes, I do have a song on me that like it's really hasn't been released to the.
Bet.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're
But
down to play it, we can play it.
What
at the
type
end
of
the show.
genre would you say for the people to know what they're looking
it's
forward? to hearing?
grunge.
Okay.
I'd say like grunge underground. It's very raw.
Okay. Okay. Who's your top 3 inspirations? Last question about karma of art. Like top 3 artists.
For music,
If music's a form of art, you're choosing.
yeah, because I can't name you actual art. I mean, like I don't know, is it Leonardo da Vinci the one that who made the painting? My bad.
music's
But
art,
no.
film. Music's art, film's art. I mean,
I was
there's a lot
playing
of
by that,
art.
by the way. I know
Anything
somebody gonna be like,
really
man,
can be
Leonardo da
considered
Vinci is
art,
actually
Besides
like
like the
not
weird
you.
shit.
But
Yeah, Leonardo's ghost about to fuck you up.
Yeah, he's coming out. He's
Yeah,
coming
that's my
out of
homie,
the
bro,
fucking
too.
grave.
We
You
actually
gonna
be,
haunt
like,
your
chilling on the-
ass.
we
You're,
be
you're
chilling on
gonna
the
see
ceiling.
numbers everywhere. It's
chilling
done.
on the ceiling and shit. But anyway,
Yo. All right, but who is they? Who them top
so-
3?
Who them boys?
Who them boys? He's at.
we the boys. I'd say X. Always like.
Hell yeah,
You know
he's
what I'm
rocking the
saying?
X. He's right. Yeah,
Like. He's versatile. That's a versatile.
yeah,
man.
for sure. He was wise as hell too.
Yeah, he had a very open mind. Ski, just because like that's another.
Ski is versatile as fuck too.
Ski's flow is impeccable.
Yeah,
That's a man who knows. And then
One
I
of
would
one.
say, honestly, if we're going for inspiration, I'd say Black, or some people know him as Six Light.
Mm-hmm.
His like that's a man who really, that's an example of an artist who really knows their voice and just knows who they are. So that's what they give you.
right.
on,
Authentic.
like, yeah, it's
You
solid.
don't hear a lot about him, and
Yeah.
you don't see a lot about him, but he is a very good
need a little
artist,
lighter,
in my
I
opinion.
agree. He's like, seems like he's always kind of suppressed, but he's always around.
He's well grounded too. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like when you listen to his shit, it's like this dude definitely like
Knows himself.
I
he
fuck
knew what
with-
he wanted when he made this. You know what I mean?
Right, and I
He
fuck
didn't
with
just
his
make it.
vibe, and not just his vibe and his music, but at his person. You think? I'm not even gonna get into naming the artists here because I feel like that could be a whole different topic in of itself. But like, there's artists who beef and get into the whole mainstream thing that like you just constantly hear their name coming up and whatnot. Whatever they're doing, like they're always, even if they're doing some extra shit, it's like, well, hello again, I guess.
Yeah.
You don't hear about he stay out the mix, and that's kind of like me. I stay out the way, I stay out the mix, and I resonate well with people, even artists who I'll likely never meet.
Right.
I resonate well with people like that.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay, so that's a good top 3. X, Ski, and 6 Lack. Good shit. All right, you want to toss out a topic?
I got these cigarettes. They're not like.
I got these cigarettes. That's the topic, yo. Clip that. I got these
Yeah.
cigarettes. Let's talk about these
He's
cigarettes.
Quit-
quit farming right now.
Quit smoking. Quit smoking your garbage cigarettes. If you want to quit smoking cigarettes or you want to quit smoking tobacco, I was just craving a cigarette the other day. I stopped smoking them 5 years ago. But after a fat ass meal, I'd be hungry for a cigarette. So,
Ooh, hungry.
This is a lemon. It's like it's called. It's spelled. I thought it was herbal, but it's spelled Heabal. That's the brand. This is classic
Okay.
lemon, and
Wait,
the
spell that
ingredients
again.
Heabal,
Okay.
and the ingredients are tea leaf, mums, lotus leaf, and mint and honey. So it's
Fire.
like really good shit.
Hell yeah.
But they smoke pretty
How
good.
how does it how is the hit of it? Like, my bad.
It's fucking fresh, bro. It's
Fresh?
like there's a how like a lot of cigarettes have that thing you pop in the thing
Mhm.
and it's like menthol. It's got the same John, but it's
Like a
mint.
Camel.
Yeah, it's mint. So like it's like made with actual like mint leaf. So it's real
That's
like
brilliant.
yeah, it's pretty tough. It's pretty good. I like
He
it.
did let me get a cigarette. Of that. It's different.
It's different.
That's how
People, a lot of
it's
things,
different.
a lot of people are gonna tell you the main reason they won't smoke these or they don't like them is the taste, or just because it doesn't give them a head high. I mean, because nicotine.
Yeah,
is
because it's
good.
not a cigarette.
Yeah,
but,
but
like,
I mean,
it-
me at the end of the day,
But
I'm
you'll
never
get
going
used
back to
it,
this.
though, and like, and you don't even have to think of it as a cigarette for real. Like, if you could find different, I don't know if they do like different herb mixes, and like find one that's really good for you.
Yeah, this one.
I think
this one's
I'd
called
smoke
lemon,
one
and
of
it
those.
actually has crushed, like dried lemon in it. You could taste it. It's pretty fire. Also found the pack wraps finally somewhere in Greensburg.
for
It's in
real.
some mall in Greensburg, dude.
God damn, it
Yeah.
took all that.
I ended up going online after that. I came home and went online and just bought a bunch of them online because fuck it. But I got one
Okay.
rolled here. It comes with a glass tip.
Hell yeah.
Like, bro, these are so good. I don't know.
Facts to pack with. So, what are you rating these Hebel lemon cigarettes?
Honestly, bro, I rate them like a 9 out of 10 for real. Like, give them
That's a
a
solid
little bit of room to level up if they can somehow. But to be honest, bro, like for someone like me who stopped smoking cigarettes how long ago, but loved
Right.
smoking cigarettes, like I really did like them when I smoked them. I just
Mm-hmm.
didn't like the smell, and I didn't like after so long what they started to do to my body. But
Right.
these are perfect, bro. You
Hell
okay?
yeah.
So what would you say cigarettes were doing to your body that made you stop?
Hurting my chest, hurting my breath. I couldn't, dude. I you know what the pacer test is? You guys ever do that in school? Okay, for anybody who knows what the Fitness Gram pacer test is, I had to do 100. I did 129 in that, which is like insane, bro. And started smoking cigarettes that like later that year, and then the next year by the next year we did it again for gym class. I probably only made it to like 50 something without like my lungs feeling like they were gonna collapse, and I was like, dog, this is like a year in of
You
smoking
seen
cigarettes.
the decline and you got scared for what could be.
Yeah, well, that was even just a year in, and then I smoked them for like another 4 years after that. Not gonna lie. So like I definitely I did a little number on my lungs for a bit there, but you say that your lungs can bounce back pretty easily.
Yeah. And I think you can even like do, like even if you do smoke, which I mean, everybody's journey's their journey. If you feel like you stop, then that's on you. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
But you can do lung detoxes with like Mullen and different things like that.
You
And
know, I wanna. You gotta actually
and,
put me on one of those.
I got you. Some
7 grams of dried, like premium dried mullen leaf.
Yo,
fire.
that's that good
Yeah,
shit.
Mullen cleans your lungs, and it can pretty much over time like reverse like the blacking of your lung.
Yeah, pulmonologist suggested I mix it in with my bud.
Hell yeah, it's good. You can barely even feel it, like, and you can find it. It's a pretty common thing. Like it, I actually got my first bit of it. Like it grows literally in yards and shit. But I got my first bit of it from Sneezy's neighbor, like somebody out by Sneezy, and that shit hits smooth. But there's Mullen. You can also Dandelion's really good.
Dandelion tea is good. I'm
Yeah.
actually collecting dandelions and drying them to make some tea.
Hell yeah. I learned oregano oil also
And it's
detoxes
just a
your lungs.
tea that you
So-
drink
so-
that
You can do tea. You can smoke it. I smoked it, but
Same, I put it in my buds.
I'm
yeah,
ordering more
I just
Shilajit
mix it.
and,
You mix it in your weed. It doesn't have a taste.
It definitely
Yeah.
harshness of the bud.
Yeah, it just makes it like a smoother hit, like a fresher
You
hit.
don't
Would
get
you say-
anywhere near as much coughing.
Can I get that lighter?
What would you say it does to your high, if anything at all?
Nothing. It
Yeah,
just
doesn't change my high.
it doesn't.
It doesn't have any like psychoactive.
You've tried it.
Yeah, it doesn't have any different.
Yeah, he's
effects.
tried it
It's the
too.
It's the same as putting peppermint or lavender in your
Right.
weed for flavor.
But it doesn't
You can
have
smoke
the
those
taste.
herbs too. People don't realize that, but
Yeah.
you can do that.
Yeah.
I've seen that
Facts.
people put like flowers in their weed, and I was like,
Yeah, people do that. It's actually it's pretty good way to like
Yeah.
add flavor if you want.
Yeah,
Natural
I
flavor.
think certain things have certain reactions, and you can treat it like chemistry, low key. Like all
it's
you,
exactly like chemistry.
right. All you have to do is just upkeep your body. You'll be straight.
The dude.
So like, yeah,
It's
take care of your lungs.
rest in
Because you look at it, it's all about how your body reacts to shit, and that's all based off of like chemicals and molecules and fucking neurons and shit. And so like, you know what I'm saying, like how
Right.
all the photosynthesis and shit, like you know
Nah.
what I'm saying, like that's how that's how like everything. It's so weird. Like me and my boy Sam were talking about this,
Yeah.
and we were talking about the fact that like hospitals and doctors and whatnot, like they just have these substances and this stuff that just put you to sleep, and you could be like you could stay asleep. Like they could just
Yeah.
keep you asleep,
Like
and
Mike
like they
Jackson.
just take your consciousness from you, and your body just reacts however they want. It's crazy as hell.
Well, a lot of people
Right.
don't even know that you can like. I don't know if I should even say this on here, but I found this out. I found this out online.
Hey, it's
take it
public
easy.
info.
Yeah. But like the adrenaline gland contains a drug called mescaline that gets you like stupid high, and like people will extract
what,
that.
What contains it?
The adrenaline gland.
Oh shit. Our body is like absolutely amazing.
It really
like,
is.
like we have cannabinoid receptors. We have shit that produces DMT in our fucking pineal naturally. You can do from meditating or from smoking DMT or from dying. Like
For real.
our body is just interesting as hell. But
Yeah, our biggest enemy to ourself is our serotonin receptors.
Facts.
Depending on how you live your life, you could like. That's what people don't get. It's very easy to lead yourself down a path of like you feel great right now, but in 3 years, if you keep living the way you live, you're gonna be a depressed mess. Unless you
Right.
like keep upping the ante. 'Cause
Right.
You're
You're
just
constantly
drenching
You're like
your-
reaching
chasing a
for
high
more.
almost.
Yeah, well, you're drenching your serotonin receptors. You know what I mean? You're like serotonin's like the euphoric high, like I'm happy feeling. So as you're just doing that over and over and over, if you're not able to keep giving it the same things, now they're fucking depleted.
right,
Yeah.
burn out.
They can't give you any serotonin now.
Now I'm
you're
losing my
just
serotonin and I'm all
sad,
fucked up.
depressed,
Right.
Fucked up.
It's kind of like
Hell yeah. No, I think for shit like that, the only things that I've seen, I mean, I haven't really seen like herbs and shit, but I do know people do like serious dopamine detoxes and shit whenever their receptors are all out of whack. But like
Rest in
in
peace.
today's world, it's damn near impossible. Like to really, I mean, I wouldn't say impossible. Nothing's impossible, but like to do a full dopamine detox for 21 days.
It's pretty hard.
The stuff you eat and shit like that has weird fucking chemicals in it that
Right.
make all that shit come out.
Right.
That way you keep buying that food.
Facts. Unless you're eating like whole food, like one ingredient type shit.
Rest in peace to my homie that taught me how to roll blunts when I was younger. He used to roll his blunts
God
up.
bless.
And then like while they were, because I mean like a lot of the times he would even like wet them, you know what I mean, because he rolled backwards. He'd wet it first under the
Yeah.
faucet, clean it off, and then like he'd roll it up, and while it's drying he would squeeze out like lemon or orange like straight up from the fruit onto it, like juice right on there and let it
Fire.
dry.
Either 5-HTP pills or orange juice is the best way to heal serotonin receptors.
Oh, that's I've been drinking a lot of orange juice lately, and I'm telling you, bro, I've drink like a almost a fucking half gallon of orange juice a day, for the past like 2 weeks. But going outside, getting a lot of sun, I feel amazing. I went
Hell
37
yeah.
hours without
put your feet
eating.
in the grass. My bad. Put your feet in the grass too.
No, you're good. Yeah,
Ground yourself.
that's what, dude. It's been
Awesome, dog.
nice the past couple weeks.
No, what
just-
about apple juice? Is apple juice just as beneficial?
I wouldn't say just because like a lot of the time with apple juice,
It's gonna make a lot of people mad.
yeah. But the thing about it is what's sad to say at the end of the day with apple juice.
Fuck you.
Yeah, what's sad to say is with apple juice, it's just like with cherry or strawberry flavored things. Inevitably, there's gonna be some chemicals in there or something in there that's not right because they're not getting it like it's not 100% from an apple, bro. Like think about how much
anything
is
that
in
says from concentrate.
yeah.
Binders so that it's
Anything that says from concentrate, if you get orange juice and it says like 4 ingredients and one of them is like parentheses filter water, orange juice concentrate, then it says absorbic acid, parentheses vitamin C, that's not real orange juice. It should just say either fresh oranges or orange juice, one ingredient. And apple juice, you should try to get one ingredient too.
Yep.
If it's just a bunch of sugar, then
If you're getting some like one ingredient apple juice or apple cider, I'd suggest looking for a smaller bottle of something because
Right.
typically that's gonna be something that's more legit.
facts.
floaties in it
'Cause-
and shit because it's gonna fuck
Cause like unless you're getting the one ingredient shit, like if you think about it, you're not getting all the nutrients anyways because you're juicing it. Like if you eat the fruit, you're gonna get your full nutrients from it. You're losing some from juicing it. But two, if you're getting it all super duper filtered, like you're definitely getting nothing. Like, but I mean, hey, I ain't hating.
I like to get orange juice with like extra pulp, like with like just as much pulp as possible because I
You know,
love
be
some
the-
good shit. That's some good
Pulp's
shit.
like ice.
I feel like the best solution to that: go buy your own oranges, make your own orange
Facts.
juice, and then make use of the oranges. Don't just throw it out. Like
Yeah.
make use, and then you get the
Facts.
full. You might even get more.
I need
that
to
way.
get more resourceful like that. Like whenever I have shit, instead of like just letting it get bad, find ways to use like the scraps. Like some people be using like scrap like of the pineapple or whatever fruits and or orange pills, whatever. They'll put it and then they'll like boil it.
Yeah, or you can dehydrate it and grind it up and make spices. Or
That's fire. I never heard of that. That's fire. Or some people boil it and they make teas like fruit tea. Like
Hell yeah.
like literally, it's fire.
You can freeze fruits too. Like I freeze grapes, like because
That sounds gas.
Dude, I used to
I'm gonna
like-
try that.
I used to like hard candies when I was a kid, but they fucked my teeth up. And my mom was like, "You can't eat these anymore." And I quit eating them when I was
I
real
used
young.
to fuck with those too.
What about freeze dry?
Freeze dried like things. I mean, that's not a bad thing. But
Eat it,
like,
man.
yeah, whatever it is, eat it. But like, I would avoid things like this. This also sounds like weird at first. I feel like, but I would avoid a lot of vegetables like broccoli and like not like avoid it, but try and find like freshly grown or grow it yourself. You know what I mean? Because a
Right.
lot of the times that is also arguably GMO.
by the way,
Yeah,
lemons
it's
aren't
super
natural.
sprayed.
Wait, what's that?
Lemons
Yeah.
don't naturally occur in nature.
Hell yeah.
Lemons do not naturally occur.
They were
But
they were
bananas-
a genetic fruit that was created by a orange and a citrine.
Fire.
That's interesting.
Fire.
I never
But
learned that.
the bananas that we eat aren't natural either.
Correct,
They were,
plantains.
yeah.
Humans are some weird,
If
innovative
you need to catch that,
motherfuckers,
you
bro.
can.
Wait, I'm gonna just call and say bye. Oh my god, you're crazy. I love you. Bye.
Yeah, they found a way to make plantains have a better shelf life and a quicker growth cycle.
God damn.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm just starting to like shit that's closer to whole food. I'm not talking I'm just eating one food at a time, but like if I'm eating something like the ingredient, beef, egg, onion, you feel me, like spices and shit, it shouldn't be like super duper processed everything. But also moderation is good with everything. But yeah. Tory Lanez got stabbed.
Yeah, 14 times.
14 fucking times.
Bro. And wasn't a couple of them in the back of his head and shit like that, too?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's very lucky to be alive.
Yeah,
He's lucky to
facts.
be not a vegetable.
Facts. The fact that he's talking, like,
Because
yo,
he could have been very,
14
"Duh."
times is like you're bleeding, dog. You're fucked. And he got stabbed. It said I think his chest 7 times, the back of his head.
Imagine how that would feel.
Bro,
Fucked up.
I would just be sitting there like, bro, the pain, dog. Cause like we already know cuts, like, you feel me? That shit.
You
gotta
felt
just-
something, bro.
But-
So, I've actually had my hand being impaled. Have y'all ever had a body part be impaled? at all?
Yeah,
So
a couple of times. I'm not gonna lie.
What's that mean? Impaled?
this like something go into your flesh.
Oh yeah, I haven't had it go like through my hand, but like, yeah.
But had a rock go into my hand.
Mm.
It was actually numb. I was looking at it and I was like, that skin looks awfully gray to be skin, even though I got hit here pretty hard.
Yeah.
And then I start touching it. I'm like, it's awfully gritty to be skin. And then you find out I still got the pebble at home. It was a decent little Jagger looking thing. And,
Yeah.
I didn't feel it because we pulled it out like about as soon as this happened. So I'm so glad we did because first off, it was numb just from the impact because I hit the ground hard. I was riding this pedal bike, and the treads were bad. And I was going down like rocks, gravel, whatever. Tires did a weird movement, caught me, bam, hard impact.
Damn.
And
Damn.
it numbed out, but like eventually, so I could only imagine what like a knife.
My first time, I think, being
Especially
impaled.
like some
actually.
shit from jail,
With
because
with
it's probably
actual,
some like
jabbing,
real razor
repetitive
shit.
force. That's-
Yeah, that's scary.
And the nigga was already a murderer, so he was doing it to kill you. Like,
Yeah, no, they got somebody who didn't care.
That's
But
scary.
that's that kind of thing is like, bro, them people who are up there like that, like with that money and like in that, they can do that shit. Just find
Puppets.
people to
Yeah.
find people to.
I mean, this
do
nigga's in
like,
life, in prison for life. I mean, whenever you're in prison for life, like for certain,
Who
like
is?
the one who killed or one who was
The-
trying to kill Tory,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
he was
I get that.
already serving life for murder. So I mean, whenever you're in there for life, like somebody give you that much money, I don't know, man. It's still fucked up. I hope Tory has the best recovery. And in other news, Kelsey, who's Megan Thee Stallion's best friend, who fell out ironically right after the shooting incident. Her bodyguard came out and said that she was the one who actually shot at Megan, and they had a whole press release about it. So Tory Lanez on his latest album that he released from jail, which I recommend everybody go listen. That is like the hardest shit ever
a good
recorded
album.
behind bars. There's hits on there. That shit
For being
hits.
behind bars, it was a good album too. For real.
Exactly, facts. Well, anyways, he talks about he would possibly be getting out this year, which maybe not this year, maybe next year. But the fact that they just came out with that statement, if they take that to court, like, I don't know.
I'm excited for him to get out if he does.
Facts, because that would
Get
be
away from all
like-
that fucking hell in
Yeah.
there too. It's crazy.
Yeah.
First thing I would do is turn around and instantly sue.
Give me $1 billion.
Defamation of character.
Billion.
Lost wages.
Rock, I'm suing Rock Nation $1 billion. And I'm investigating whoever put all that money on his books. We gotta find out who put that money on his books. And you feel me? All that needed.
Because he probably lost a lot of connections over that. You know what
Yeah,
I
he's
mean?
been away from his son. Like,
And I mean, even like as far as what you would be able to sue for monetarily, think about all the people that, if all this was true and then he gets out,
yeah,
they wouldn't want to work with him.
right.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah,
what I
you're
mean?
right.
So, like all that is potential lost wages.
Yeah. Facts. How what amount would you put on the lawsuit? 500 M's. I feel like
But that's the problem, though. Is it's gonna be someone with a lot of money fighting a company with a lot more money. So now it comes down to who's throwing the most money at their lawyers to keep getting things.
yeah,
continued or
but
this or
also
that.
like if you look at Drake against UMG right now, like I don't know if you've seen any of the progress with it, but But like UMG, it started where UMG, they were putting out statements and motioning to dismiss it. They were like, "This is all bogus." He's pretty much just upset about the interaction between them, and the courts ignored that. UMG, they asked for it to be dismissed. They motioned for that. It didn't get approved. They just did it again. It didn't get approved, and they were going back and forth with Drake's lawyer. About a month ago, Drake's lawyer put out a statement about the Super Bowl or whatever, right? UMG responded and pretty much said that this whole thing is irrational and that they'll put out what they did to fluff Drake's numbers, right? And Drake's lawyer responded and it was like, well, we have no awareness of like whatever you did in the past, and you're pretty much proving our point that you are fluffing the numbers. And then after that, they tried to dismiss it. It got ignored. So Drake may win $2 billion from this lawsuit.
Yeah, but see, there's the difference there, though, is they're trying to get it dismissed.
Yeah.
Whereas a smart company
Yeah.
would not worry about getting it dismissed. Every time there's a court date, their lawyer's going to get that court date pushed back and get it continued.
Yeah.
You know what that's going to do? We are a record label. We continue to make money.
Facts.
You eventually are going to run out of money to pay your lawyer if
Yeah.
you continue in it.
Especially
You know
if
what I
you've
mean?
been
That's how they
if you've
do
been
it.
in jail,
Like-
yeah.
Like if you're an older person and you get hurt during a surgery or something, and the hospital thinks that like, or their financial or legal department thinks that they can get this continued to where they're
They
not
can
gonna-
drain you
it'll
financially.
cost them less money to keep getting it continued until you pass away, to where you can't fight it no more, than to give you X amount. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like they might owe you $50,000, but it might only cost them $20,000 to get this continued for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
You might not survive that 3 years.
Yeah, I mean,
Sick.
I definitely
You know what I mean?
think
People do some wild
capitalism
shit like that.
has sick games, slimy games. But me, I'm suing. I'm going for a B, and it will probably get negotiated down to like 500.
So, but that's what I was gonna say was like it's not that if you make the number too high, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna just keep getting it continued and continued because then they won't have to pay if you
Right.
run out of money or whatever.
Yeah,
So what you do is you go in like, all right, I want a $250,000. That's 250, or not a quarter mil, 250 mil. Like
Right.
$250 million.
right.
That they will pay that and just shut up.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's
because
a
they
lot of
make that
money.
quarterly.
It's a lot of money, but not compared to how much they bring in
Right.
consistently.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bringing
But
in
that
way
will
more
change
money
your life
consistently.
forever, regardless of how much money you have already as an artist.
Right.
Right.
That money right there will last you and 2
Right.
generations forever.
I agree. That's why I feel like the whole
Generational
Drake
wealth.
lawsuit is like people try not to talk about it, ignore it. But if you think about it, like if he gets $2 billion from this, he's already more than likely nearing a B. Like he's probably like 700, 800.
His
If
generations or his family, his bloodline will never have to work again.
for sure, he's already at that point. But the thing is, with him being what he is as the most successful Billboard artist ever, and if he dethrones the number one shareholding music label, they hold 60% of all music catalog, and this comes out, he dethrones him, gets $2 billion. I feel like if you've been in the game as long as he has, you've done what he's done, $2 billion independent, like you don't need a label at that point. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
you have undoubtedly more money than Jay-Z, Taylor Swift, all of them. Like at that point, you could say fuck a label. But for somebody who's like I don't know, a 6 Black or whatever, I'm taking the 250. Y'all have no input on that.
I was just listening. Also, that needs to go like in a bong or something. Fuck. But yeah, no, I feel like
Business.
I feel like if you're gonna, I don't know. I've lost my train of thought, dude. I don't know. I think I had something to say. I had something to say like a while ago, but then I just kept
Hell
listening.
yeah, but yeah, no, I just think even if people aren't aware of it or speaking of it, either way, it's going to impact the music industry, and any lawsuit or like big name being dethroned in the industry. I mean, it has a wave. Yeah.
So speaking
yeah.
of music and whatnot, me and Dude was talking earlier.
Yeah.
And this is like off topic, but another topic that I like wanted to touch on because
Let's
I
get
feel like
it.
everybody in here is at least experienced with music, definitely
For
experienced
sure.
enough to know what the deal actually is with it.
Right.
So I'm gonna touch a little bit on like misconceptions towards music that like just pure listeners versus artists have like
Yeah.
one was auto tune.
Right.
So you get a lot of people who either accuse somebody of using autotune and they may just sound so good that it sounds like it's autotune, or maybe they do have autotune. But regardless, what they don't realize about autotune and about getting in front of a mic and using your voice
Mhm.
to produce a product is autotune isn't just some kind of like end all
Robot.
be all.
Yeah.
Like it's not some end all be all for you. It's like
You can't
you
just
have
slap
to-
auto tune on your voice and expect to sound gold.
because 9 times out of 10 it'll even sound worse if you don't if you
Right.
if,
It'll make it worse.
if you don't give
You gotta
autotune.
at least stay key.
Right. So
Right.
there's so much shit
So-
that goes into autotune. It's not even funny. First you gotta tune it to your voice, tune it to the beat.
Right.
Then you got to keep up with
Retune speed.
Right, and then you gotta touch it up however you want, make it sound
Right,
however you want.
humanize it.
And there's millions. And
You can do
that's there's
soprano,
probably
low
what-
mel, tenor.
There's probably literally millions of options whenever it comes to auto tune preferences and whatnot. and how you can
Well,
make it sound.
also the thing that people don't understand is that what I think is the biggest misconception about auto tune for non-artists is they think T-Pain, Kanye, Drake, whatever, somebody like that.
Kanye is a
they-
great example.
But they don't understand like Taylor Swift, Chris Brown, Usher, Beyonce, Bruno Mars. They all use auto tune as well. Auto tune is simply to
Enhance.
perfect a pitch. Like you can't, if your pitch is already dog shit, the auto tune's gonna sound dog shit. So like you still have to be in pitch, and you still won't sound good unless you get rid of background noise, unless you put maybe a little bit of reverb, unless you adjust the volume to the beat, compress it.
And then
Like,
again, it is
yeah.
all down to your voice. Like
Facts.
Big
all,
thing right here too. A lot of times people don't think about this.
Exactly, hardware.
Hardware, buddy.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, how you're gonna sound on the speakers. Like you could very much so be a good singer. You could be a good, but
Exactly.
like whenever I try and play you inside my car, it could sound like like
Yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah,
Like
nah, facts.
Car test is a big thing
The,
too.
the
man.
car
You gotta
test is
it.
humbling. Like, if you think
especially in
if-
stock speakers, because not everybody goes out of their way to do that kind of shit.
what's
To
that?
get into their subs and their speakers and upgrade that shit and whatnot. They most of them stick with stock speakers, which just is like the normal, whatever the car comes with.
I just got a good
Right.
idea. There's a date on this video, so this is my idea. Don't steal it. I see you.
Hell yeah, we see you.
So, we should make like a song, okay? And like, I don't know. We could figure out how to make it work to where like the sound only comes through in one side of the car, and then in the other, and have like trippy parts of the song where it like switches back and forth in the beat and shit.
Chris was showing me
And
how
call
to
the
do that.
song Car
Yeah,
Test.
I know how to do that shit too.
We could call the song Car Test. You feel me? So then when people play it in the car, it's trippy as fuck because it'll blast
Make
both
like a
sides of the speaker.
psychedelic experience.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I have a perfect idea on how to do that too. I don't know if I should say it on here.
Fuck it, it doesn't matter. We're gonna
Alright,
do it
the
soon.
The perfect way to do that shit is whatever beat you're using or making, but whatever beat you have, put it on there, stem split it so it all breaks down instrument by instrument, and then take those instruments and make those move around one by one, and then you do it with your voice.
There you
And
go.
that way everything's moving.
Now, if you want
Dang.
to try it, you can give it a try, but I bet you won't do it better than we do it, my
I
guy.
bet you won't even do it.
Because we the guys. I'm the dude.
Hell yeah, we the guys. We the guys. Yeah.
So-
What's up? Who?
Yeah, push the button.
No
Wait,
way. He
there's
got a
one.
button? Oh, here it is.
Hey.
You know what it is.
Nice. Nice.
Yo, make sure y'all tune in every Friday at 2 p.m. We have Vision Talks. Every Friday at 6 p.m. we have Stash Spots. And every Saturday at 8 p.m. you can catch Marley's State of Mind on Bunchable Studio, Facebook, YouTube. Catch us wherever. Be there weekly. But yeah, let's see what I want to toss out here. Let's talk about GTA. GTA about to change the game. Can you scoot your foot in? Gula. GTA about to change the game. Okay.
So first
don't know
off,
how to tell 'em.
let's
Well, there's cryptocurrency. We mentioned that last time we talked about it, but now they're going to be doing FL in there. So you
Facts.
can.
That's crazy.
You can
When I
cook.
learn they're doing FL, I'm like,
talk just to, like summarize FLF for people who aren't really sure, because so a lot of people will be like, well, we know that the setting is in Florida. So-
yeah, no. So look, FL Studios. FL stands for Fruity Loops. Fruity Loops has been around for about 30 years or so, and FL Studios is a DAW, a digital audio workshop. It's where you go to make your music, or where you go to edit like film audio. It's where you go to really do the nitty gritty on your audio.
It's where a
And-
lot of major artists nowadays go to make their shit. And
it's
also,
pretty much where everything in this century's been made.
Yeah, dead ass. And now you'll be able to, instead of having to sign in on a computer like we do,
Right.
hop in the studio and all that, you can fucking
Yeah.
hop on
Now,
GTA and just play it.
I'll say as far as market share, FL right now, as far as like number one, like top used dolls and shit, FL is number 2, but it's still like amazing. Like there's huge artists who use FL, and right now Pro Tools is number 1. But FL has been getting so many new features where it's like pretty much like FL has AI stem splitters, AI mastering. It's pretty much ahead of the game. It's more creative. But yeah, the fact that that's going to be in GTA.
And like how Jesse said, bro, the fact that like, okay, you know what? Actually, no, let's cut that off. Let's cut. He's laughing. Let's cut that off. Actually, that part of the
Jimmy Jr.
conversation.
We ain't telling no
Yeah, I ain't telling
John.
no one about my idea,
Hell
man. I'm
yeah,
telling
we
you, that's a
doing
good
the
idea.
love,
We're
the
doing
Jimmy
that.
Jones.
I don't care if you
Everything
guys
is
I
don't
bet
think
black.
we
that's
should.
the way it goes.
We're
There's no
going
way
to do.
that they don't tie in the cars with radios to Fruity Loops.
Yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah.
fair. They're
That's
gonna
going,
have the-
now my
people's shit
question
that
is
they
like,
make
so
on the
like what
radio.
I'm trying to figure out in my head, because I just sat here and thought about it as we're talking about it. So okay, you have Fruit Loops on GTA, right? So or FL Fruity Loops FL on GTA. You can record on GTA, right?
No, it'd really be. It's a change.
But here's my question: do you have to plug in your whole studio, or are you just recording on
It'll
your
probably
your
just be the mic.
your
Hey, but-
head?
Yo,
Yeah.
what up, Big Perk?
Yo, shout out Perp, legend.
I feel like, because here's the thing, man. Now, by the time this game comes out, I'm sure they're gonna have like a whole new set of headphones they're gonna come out with that are gonna be crispy and
Yeah.
extremely expensive, but they're probably gonna be crispy, dog.
Right.
It's gonna have a
Facts,
mic
golden.
that's like smaller, just like ours, and you're gonna be able to just spit
Facts.
bars into that
Oh,
bitch.
bro. It's
You'd
going
be
to be
surprised
legendary.
on how crisp mics today are.
They really already are pretty crisp. Yeah, last time I checked
I've
in
had
the
2
party.
mics recently that like I stand by their brand. I think it was Steel Series is one, and
Shout
then
out Steel Series.
HyperX is the other. Real good. Better. I would say that honestly, I don't care if I catch hate for this or not, but I would prefer those 2 brands over Turtle Beach.
For real.
100%.
Stand on it.
Which one,
100%.
Rig
Hell
or?
yeah, hell yeah.
HyperX and Steel Series
Sorry.
over
Oh,
Turtle
okay.
Beach. I'm not gonna just because I've had Turtle Beach mics, they haven't lasted me nearly as long as.
I had a
these.
rig. It was pretty good. Bose is also pretty good.
So yeah, no, I feel like they'll probably do headphones, and I guarantee you they'll have a setting on there in GTA where that you can enhance audio. You know how like whenever you're recording video on your phone and shit, it can cut out like background shit.
Yeah.
It'll probably be even better than that, but
Like a free limiter type deal
Yeah.
type shit.
GTA.
So yeah, I want to talk a little bit on GTA 6 just in the game of itself, bro. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I have to, because I'm not gonna sit here and play it as if I haven't been waiting for that fucking.
I'm gonna
game
use
for,
the
like,
dude
what,
room while
over
you
a
talk
decade.
about
Damn near
Over a
15
decade,
years.
bro. Like I've
I'm
literally.
still in pain though, because I got Kingdom Hearts 4 that we're still waiting on. We're probably gonna get GTA 6 before we get Kingdom Hearts 4, and that's fucked up.
Wait, how long has that been?
Let's see when the last one was released.
Is that like Thunder?
Yeah,
Damn.
I think so.
2019,
Damn.
January 25th.
It's
Yeah, so
crazy
the
how
beginning
far
of
2019 is now. That shit's over half a decade. God damn it.
Yeah, January 25th, 2019.
Holy shit! It's 2025. Dang,
2025 is almost halfway over. That's the crazy thing.
bro.
But yeah, not.
What was
It's-
GTA 5?
I think it was 2011 or no 2012. Let me look it up.
Yeah,
Oh, damn, so it's
GTA
been
5.
a long time.
I'll tell you. I remember like being deep into GTA 5 back when I was 10 or 12. I'm 21 now, and
No.
and I still got into GTA 5. Like I didn't get it just when it came out. So like
Fire.
it's been out for.
It came out in 2013, so it's been 12 years. It will be about 13 years when it comes out. That's crazy, cause I was a big gamer whenever that shit released. I was on there, cause it was like, especially if you're a youngin', GTA is like, I don't know, you're doing everything, ain't it?
I've just turned 21.
For real?
I'm
God
33.
bless.
I'll be 34 this December.
God bless. 12 years ago, man. I
Glad you
was
still
10.
kicking with us. That's what's up. But this
Excuse me.
man,
What?
What you talking about? I said he was gonna still kicking with us and shit.
What are you saying, bro?
What are you saying, man?
My boy. I said
Don't
it.
listen to them. They're haters.
No, I
Yeah.
can't hear. I know you were mumbling a little bit. It seemed like I.
I was
Yeah,
glad
okay.
He was still kicking with us. and shit.
Oh shit! Bet yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
legend.
But GTA 6, like in of itself, bro.
Fuck GTA 6.
It's not. It's gonna be that shit. Yeah,
Nah,
he's,
for real though. I'm not a gamer, but I know there's zero doubt people are gonna be sucked into that game, and I bet
People
you
are never gonna
it's
stop playing it, bro. Can you
it's-
imagine people with like a VR headset?
it's
bro?
gonna be about 2 years of people like a lot of divorces. It's gonna be
a
what's
lot of
up.
marriages too. People are gonna probably be able to get
Facts.
fucking married.
They're
in the
gonna
game.
just go find new kids.
World of Warcraft, there's a lot of in-game marriages.
Oh my God.
Bruh.
I believe
my
it, dog.
God.
Games like that.
Cause y'all on them headphones or in the can't nobody else. Yeah,
Like,
no,
bruh,
I believe
I was
it.
invited. Now they were too far for me at the time because I was young, but I was invited to a couple weddings, like guilds.
Oh
You coming to me
my
and Stacy's
God.
marriage? It's gonna be in
Facts.
World of Warcraft at 4. Yo, hop online. We're getting married.
Facts. Yo, our
They'd
ceremony.
have a real life wedding, and they'd invite the whole guild.
That's
And
crazy.
then, like,
What
a week
the
or two later,
Bruh.
after that, they would fucking
That's
have
some,
a
like-
gang wedding.
Welcome
That's
to
some
the
like South
21st
Park
century.
shit. Like that. Like that's like something I feel like they'd have going on in
This
South
is
Park.
such a weird century.
Like, yeah, cow. You ain't come to my fucking
This is
wedding.
Hell, we're talking 15 years ago.
Bro.
Probably 13 years ago, 14 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy to think like 15 years ago it was 2010. Like it was still 2010s.
Damn.
God damn. We're about 4.5 years.
It is coming
Yeah.
down out there.
God
It's
damn.
storming hard.
Do y'all think GTA 6 is good? Is like overhyped? Like, do you think it's gonna be
No.
let down?
I don't think it. No.
I
I feel like
it's gonna
it's.
be better than what they say for real.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be crazy. I
They
think
even
it's gonna be nuts.
they're even taking an extra time to like. I'm honestly not mad about them extending the time because
either,
people would be
'cause I don't play
because
it.
again like you damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like people would be
Facts.
pissed off if they were given unfinished product. So
Nah, facts.
you can't
Espe-
complain whenever they
my
take
my
the time
thing
to
is
perfect
like
it.
if you've waited 13 years to drop, give
I
me
expect-
something.
I expect-
Cause like GTA 5, without a doubt, like I seen
It set a
somewhere
bar.
where it said
It
that,
set a
that
bar.
it's the greatest selling piece of entertainment
To
ever,
this
above
day-
any movie or game. It's like a game to be around for this long and be this like it's just so much shit you could
I just
do.
want to look.
And
that up.
they keep updating. There's still more shit
And,
you
like-
can do in there that I didn't even know you could do. I find out about
Facts.
like recently. I play it.
As far as gaming goes, you know, it comes out next month that like has almost gotten like no media traction at all that people barely know.
No, what is it?
The Switch 2.
The Switch.
The Switch
The
Oh,
2.
Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah,
Oh,
the-
shit.
I seen like one thing about it. I don't know if it was real.
Yeah, it comes out like June 6th or something like that.
God damn.
You know the reason that you,
Less
like
than a month.
Nintendo like fell off basically was because they were supposed to like work with Sony, and then they like kind of like got cold feet last minute with a deal, and they were gonna
Yeah, they were supposed to help do the PlayStation, the first ever PlayStation.
and then Sony went and made the PlayStation without them,
Yeah,
and it
but
like
that's why
skyrocketed.
After all these years, they finally decided, like, hey, we're gonna let the console wars, like, we're gonna let y'all fight, and we're just gonna take over the handheld platform.
And they're
Right,
doing
portable.
good.
Now nobody can make a handheld game that even compares to a Nintendo handheld. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like there are handhelds out there that isn't Nintendo, but do you hear about them as much as you hear
Right,
about
Yeah.
the
like,
Switch?
like
You
there,
hear
there
about
was
the
the
Nintendo
PlayStation
Switch.
Portable or some shit that
PSP was cool.
Yeah,
Even right now,
they-
Asus
yeah,
makes one.
they-
Asus ROG makes a cool one.
right.
that plays
Well,
on
PlayStation just came out with a new one too because I bought my nephew one for Christmas.
Portal.
Yeah, the Portal. But I mean, I don't really know. Is it any good? I don't hear shit about it at
It's
all.
not-
What's
you know,
their-
That's the thing is, it's obviously it's not comparable to the Switch. and
Right.
It's not being talked about as much
What's their
I
reason for
literally-
calling it a Switch?
because you could, if you
The-
depending on the model.
Oh, 'cause you can
have,
switch the
take
way
the
it's being
fucking,
used, okay.
Yeah, you can take the controllers off and put it on top. and
I wasn't
connect
even
the
thinking
computer
about
to
that.
the screen.
But like at the end of the day, I feel like too. I wonder if they like it's like a play on words, because too it's also like it's a complete switch in their business. You know what I mean? Like it switched the game for them. Because otherwise, without it, dude, by now Nintendo would be like dead.
I mean,
yeah, nobody's
I
playing
mean,
the Wii right now. I don't
yeah,
know.
facts.
I
I'm not
used
gonna
to.
lie though. I would buy a Wii though just to play a couple things.
You
here
might
and
as well
there.
buy a VR.
Yeah, you buy a VR better than a Wii at
But
this
let's
point.
talk about that a little bit because I have a VR.
Do they have fitness shit on VR?
Yeah, they do. They all,
Bet.
dude. Yo, VR will keep you active, bro. Nah, I've come off of VR sweating. I swear to God, it's
Sure you did.
like, but no diddy. But nah, it's like there's active games like sword fighting games. There's boxing games. They added this recent boxing game online, and so you're like boxing other people in the VR. It's crazy, bro. And it
That's
like tracks
hard.
your head movement, your hands, and like
You know,
actually
it's
good.
funny you said that because I was just about to say my last thing on GTA before we move on to the next. I was gonna say like I feel they're taking their time. It won't be too long until like they have. You ever seen them platforms where you could just like walk and shit, and yeah, them shit, and you could be in the shit, like full suited up.
Where they would really well, you know
I don't
what
know
they
if I
have.
would do that, because then if the machine malfunctions and like the top end of it thinks that I want to turn around, but the bottom thinks I want to stay standing, and it just twists my
But,
fucking
like,
torso
here's-
around.
I feel like AI though would adapt.
But here's the
Maybe. I hope so.
well, AI is having troubles right now with making pictures and whatnot. You see videos and like sometimes you'll see limbs warping in weird ways and shit. Like you can see, but like
Yeah, shitty
if
AI.
Rockstar were to
videos,
lock
yeah.
in, if Rockstar were to lock in with MetaQuest, because MetaQuest right now is like the top company for the VR game. You don't really like he said with Nintendo
Yeah, 'cause
Switch,
they
like
bought
there are
Oculus.
other VRs, but you don't hear about them.
Right.
Like you hear about the PC VR, you might hear about PlayStation VR, and then there's MetaQuest, and they're all
Yeah.
the three. But like,
Cause Meta bought Oculus.
but I have MetaQuest, the 3S, and it's solid. It gives you good gameplay, you know what I'm saying? And it's like VR right now is like Xbox, like the first Xbox and the first PlayStation back in the day.
Yeah.
Whenever you're playing ugly shit back in the day, it's like, and it's VR isn't even not that ugly, but like, you can tell the gameplay. Just like give it time, and
Yeah.
our grandkids are gonna literally have crazy shit. We're gonna
I'm
look
not
at this
gonna say
VR
it.
and we're not gonna be able to tell the difference.
Yeah, I'd say give it about 2.5 years.
Bro, watch what it looks like in half a decade.
The way technology's been like hitting a curve, and like the shit that we're getting is more and more advanced, and as the computers advance, I'm sure it will only be a matter of time. Like I give it a couple years.
When do you think we'll get rid of outlets and cords?
I feel like we definitely could if J.P. Morgan would have went with Nikola Tesla's idea about how the pyramids created energy that was free energy for like you could literally power these light bulbs, electronics, everything, free energy without having to plug anything. J.P. Morgan was meeting with Tesla, and he was liking his ideas.
He destroyed all of that
Yeah,
shit, man,
but
I'm
he didn't
sure.
like the fact he said that he didn't like the fact you couldn't meter it, which means you couldn't track it, which means you couldn't charge it.
Exactly.
So like, I believe whenever governments get over that is whenever we'll get rid of outlets. But
that's the main thing, is that you gotta think, even though it's horrible to admit, that's human nature in some, is just greed and
For sure.
the need for power, the want for power. And so those people in power, like, they have
Made
greed.
greedy
and
decisions.
yeah, and it's like that's what is
but
making their
I think
whole
that's
world
why the
spin.
internet is probably one of the single-handedly most impactful things ever. Cause like now we can all learn everything.
Now, bro,
Like,
you cannot
could
hide anything.
Exactly.
Bro. You can't
and,
hide anything.
And like
from
in some
anyone.
things
It
you
doesn't
won't,
matter.
you may not learn for a little bit, but eventually if you're searching, you'll learn it. And the thing is that it's scary. Is you go back 1900s and earlier, like everything, they could really hide shit. And they could really make you think you're insane, even if you know the full truth. Like, and that's scary.
Bro,
like,
they could
for
take
real.
an influential person. It didn't matter who you were, wipe you off the face of the earth, and then chop it up to whatever they wanted.
Facts.
Nowadays, if you try to take somebody off the face of, like,
I mean,
like,
they
if-
still try.
if you try, but the thing is,
But
people
they
aren't
made
stupid
everybody
anymore.
Think that they're crazy
Yeah, but
because of a Sinbad movie that definitely existed.
Bro, I wish I could go back in time and just
Sinbad
ride
was
around on a
definitely
horse
genie.
and
There was definitely two different ones. There was Kazam and Shazam.
Whoa.
Shazam had Shaq in it. Kazam. Had
Yeah,
Sinbad in it.
they're saying the Shaq movie doesn't exist.
Shaq exists. That movie exists. They're saying that Kazam with Sinbad doesn't exist.
no fucking way.
And it 100% exists.
I was just talking to my girl about these
You
Mandela
can't find
shits.
it
Yeah, there's a lot
anywhere.
more
It
of them
was,
now
like,
than there ever was
completely
before.
I think it is what I notice is the universe is like updating.
Yeah, I think that what's happening is
It's kind of like
we're passing through the universe rapidly, like at a high
Colliding.
speed, and I think that we fall through like
parallel.
weird time warps and parallel like universes and things like that, and like obviously someone, we don't know who, but someone or a handful of someones have access to time travel, and it definitely causes butterfly effects.
Donald Trump's uncle did.
Yeah, and that's like because he knew Tesla. He was also working with Tesla.
Now, I want to point out a couple things. They're kind of similar, not too long, but you don't notice how
You don't have to.
y'all notice how crazy life gotten whenever our boy Harambe passed.
Oh, man.
Notice, like, think about life before.
Was that 2012?
I
Think
think
about
it was
life
14.
before the Harambe situation. Think about life after the Harambe.
Wait, let's see. When did Harambe die?
Or was that 2016?
Dick's out for Harambe.
situation.
2016.
Harambe, yeah,
2016. Leo, you
That
ain't
makes-
lying though.
That makes so much sense, though.
It's May 28, 2016.
Now, there's another
Damn,
thing.
dog. God bless Harambe.
Harambe
Didn't he
changed the-
murk a child?
No, he didn't kill the child.
Isn't that a... Yo, he didn't kill
He
him?
just
No,
dragged
they
him around.
shot him because they thought he was gonna hurt the child.
they were fearing for the child, which I understand. I mean, that is a big ass gorilla for that little ass baby, but
God
he
bless
didn't hurt the
Harambe.
baby. But you don't know what that gorilla.
Yeah,
that
but-
gorilla was stressed the fuck out. You
Yeah,
know.
but here's
That
the
gorilla
thing,
needed
though,
a
is, like,
cigarette.
even like the actual like gorilla handlers, for lack of a better term, and scientists would have told you that like primates, as far as younglings
Mm-hmm.
go, they weren't gonna. Nothing was gonna happen to that kid unless the gorilla looked at that kid like it was doing something that needed
Definitely Mandela.
corrected, like a parent would. You know what I mean? Like you're
So-
doing something wrong, you need to correct it.
So
Like, that's the only way
they
that gorilla
usually
would do anything
don't
to that kid.
don't kids are no-nos because it's Mother Nature.
Yeah, there's definitely some strange shit about that because I have a
That is kind of
seriously.
sad. Even like now, 10 years later, looking at it, that's sad. I'm sorry.
No, you're cool. I have a serious misconception of that time frame because it feels like it happened when I was a lot younger. I don't
That's what
remember
I'm
that.
saying.
I don't remember that.
26 It doesn't feel as close as 2016.
No, it does not. It feels like it was a lot further ago
And
than
you
that.
know
And that's
this-
not like.
I can't give you names, but they say that there's like facilities or like things around the world that like went wrong,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of fucked up the fabric of certain things or like whatever.
We're talking about
and then
CERN?
that's why you
Right.
get.
Yes, sir.
And, then-
Facts.
and that's why
You have to be
get,
concerned.
that's why you get like
There's-
these Mandela effects of
Yeah.
like.
They
What's the
they
food-
said
what's
they
the one with one of the
found
foods?
they said they found 7 portals or wormholes.
There are
Like
8
it wasn't
known
about-
portals on
in
Earth.
and around
One of these?
Earth, like, and wormholes are literally just ripples in reality where you could go from one
Yeah, you
parallel to another.
It won't be long before that fucking
CERN.
artificial sun that they created.
Yeah.
Bro, here's what scares me.
Yo,
about
I'm
that
so
shit.
glad you said
This
that.
is what scares me about that kind of shit. Because, like, you know how that's all being ran? Like, let's keep it real.
Mhm.
That is all being ran off of, if you water it down to the very, like, nitty gritty of it, a computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Parts of that whole system that makes it function correctly are electronic parts. Parts are of it
Could
are mechanical parts.
malfunction.
Bro, anything can happen. A
Right.
fucking glitch, a power outage, and the fucking backup generator
Yeah.
will kick on in time. Like, you know what I mean?
I
Anything
feel
can
like that's a
happen.
project
Facts.
you need to do in space.
And you know what that sun becomes?
Hmm.
As soon
Black
as it
hole.
goes unstable, black hole.
Yep.
Bro, we're literally the moment that happens, every
Well,
single
well,
being
well,
on this planet is going to be in excruciating agony for the rest of forever. Because if what they say about black holes is correct,
Time doesn't exist.
and all it does is you just continue to stretch and stretch. The black hole is never ending. You're just stretching throughout.
We would probably
Forever
probably
of time.
But,
We
but
are
you really
so-
wouldn't. Time doesn't exist. You're literally just the fabric and the atoms of your body will just continue to be stretched. So you just like
You pretty much are
we
your
don't
own
know
universe.
what that will do to organic material.
What if there's.
You know what I mean?
Well,
we may
this-
just fucking forever be screaming miserable.
What
So,
if there's some
Yeah,
type
and,
of.
and hold on the topic because I want to talk about it. You said artificial sun. What's so crazy is in 2022, and it was like they talked about it a little bit for literally like 2 days, and then nobody talked about it. It's pretty much scrubbed. You have to like really search hard to find it. But there was somewhere in Asia it was CERN, like they created the artificial sun, and it only lasted like a couple of seconds, but there was footage of it, a little mini sun they made, and it's been scrubbed, and it's really weird because like I'll talk to people about it sometimes, and like it's impossible for you to find it. It takes forever, and it's just weird. I think it's some people who kicked out 109
Did you see the
countries.
shit about like all these scientists are like they came out about it. They believe that the place is fucking haunted. They keep seeing like weird,
entities?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
yeah, but like phantasmic looking fucking figures. I want to say it's in the particle accelerator place, but it's like in the chamber.
It's probably shit that knows how to come here.
Yeah, it's like where the shit is going on.
Which
Yeah,
is even
fuck that.
scarier because
looks
like
a person,
because like
boop, and then goes.
we may think we're smart until we bring some shit like let's say it's a parallel universe 4,000 years in the future or a million
Yeah.
years in the future.
Dude.
And they just come in here and enslave everybody.
Yeah, like
I'm not sure what.
I'm not
the
speaking
fuck I
about
would
that.
do.
I hope that they have mastered the art of FMJ. If that's the case,
What
you're
is
gonna
that?
try to come to sleep. They'll find out. That's like
Right.
that. That's a gunship. Bullets.
Yeah,
yeah, that thing's probably totally gonna have a way around that, man.
facts.
Hopefully, for them.
They've probably already experienced the most torturesome warfare in a matter of a million years. They probably,
Bro, if you can,
they
if
probably can
Have
look
they
at you and
experienced
control your mind.
But have they experienced America?
Facts. Are you ready for America?
Hey,
We're
what
gonna
a-
buy
hit him-
you,
hit him with
boy.
a cheeseburger. Hope you can handle
Facts.
8 ounces of pork every day, boy.
Yeah.
No, but
8
so
ounces of pork and 10 pounds of ammunition.
if glass can bend light, then if I get like a glass bubble that's solid enough that I can get inside of somehow, that should possibly protect me
Right.
in a black hole, maybe. But that's just theoretical, and I totally could die. But I'll try it. Give me a shot. Give me a
I
shot.
guarantee you there's, because we don't know too much about them right now. I guarantee there's like some sort of method for it, and there's there's white holes too, right?
I've heard of
there's
those.
Black
There's
holes,
very
there's white holes.
there's
I
not
feel
as
like-
much research on those, is there? Though I don't think there's as much information about those.
No, I'm pretty sure it's like a little bit less than black holes, but they're like confirmed to be a thing, and the.
Do you know about the Boss structure?
Mm-mm.
I can't
Is
remember.
that like the cone that like it never ends? It's like it kind of looks like a black hole, but it comes in and out.
No, I'm not familiar with that actually, but the Boss structure, I can't remember what it stands for, like BOSS,
Okay.
but it's one of the biggest structures like known to man in the universe that's been discovered so far,
Whoa.
and it's massive. It's like 2 or 3 billion like light years across or something they're saying.
God.
It's huge. Like our
Damn.
galaxy would look like an ant next to it.
God.
And it's
Damn. Can you imagine?
They found a Dyson sphere like 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
I
with,
did see that.
Yeah, with their one telescope.
that's scary. Dude, but
what's a
So like a Dyson sphere is like
Pretty much an alien race
Y-
created
yeah.
a fucking
So,
mechanical thing
if-
that goes around the star to harness its energy.
if you look up right now, if you look up the Kardashev scale, it's a scale of civilization that like how they rank different civilizations and how advanced they are. It's based mostly on what energy they utilize to do what they do and like just how advanced they are pretty much, right? And we're right now 0.8 and there's 8, it goes up to 8.
So
and-
how do you spell that?
Kardashev is Kardeshev.
and
And it is freaky because look, Dyson spheres are like so Dyson spheres and shit like that, they use the energy of the sun, and the more advanced you get until you get to like 6, 7, 8, most of them just find better ways to use their star's energy to be able to do endless shit pretty much. And,
Yeah.
and it's insane.
it was in Star Wars, and it was also in
Did you find it?
Transformers. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
I
sure
found
that
a
there's like
little
this like robot that literally eats planets, and it comes along and just like tries to eat Earth or
And
something.
I
So-
guarantee you it's probably based on some real
I looked
shit.
up a little something.
Is it AI joint? Hell
Um,
yeah.
yeah, we got type 0, type 1, type 2, type
Yeah.
3. So it says type
It-
0.
It goes further than that too.
It says beyond type 3 here.
Right.
It says this level, type 0 civilization that can only harness energy available on its planet.
Right.
So anything
so-
from trees to electricity.
Right. We right now are considered
So if you're
0.8,
so then that means that like we're probably
The
at
pyramids-
the threshold of
the pyramids will make
getting
us
ready
further.
To now,
Evolution
then
would
there's
have
a
gotten
type
us a
1
lot further, too,
civilization
but
can
we
harness
stunted
all
them
the
out.
energy on its planet equivalent to
Wait,
the
type
energy
1
output
what?
of a star.
Say that one more time.
It says just type 1 civilization
Okay, and what's the definition of it?
can harness all of the energy available on its planet equivalent to the energy output of a star.
Which
Okay.
would be finding a way to get volcanic energy.
Well,
Really. Volcanic energy is the only way that
Vol-
we're going to be able to get
volcanic.
the equivalent energy of a star.
without getting
N-
right to the
n-
star.
nu-
Like, how the hell would you ever
nuclear
get close
is pretty
to the
close.
star?
But no, so like no, you'll see if you look into it, they have like structures they make where that you the same way they're solar and shit, it's pretty much like super duper advanced solar. But what is type 2? Sorry.
No, you're
Type 2. Oh, okay. Interesting. They say this level signifies a civilization capable of harnessing the energy output of its star, often visualized as a Dyson sphere.
Yeah. So
Not
Dyson
bad.
sphere is a type 2 civilization.
Right. So Type 3 civilizations can harness the energy of an entire galaxy.
Yeah. And it goes
Some
up to 8.
extensions of this scale include 6, 7, and beyond. Or sorry, that's 3, 4, 5, and beyond.
So-
representing civilizations with even
Yeah.
greater energy control.
This hold on. Wait, so you're saying type 3 harnesses the whole galaxy. Did you just say that they found like a 2 billion light year some shit structure or
This it's like it's like 2 billion light years across.
that could be the structure that harnesses the whole galaxy. You feel me?
this
And
structure.
imagine we're bringing one of those people. Sorry, bro.
No, you're fine. You're good. No, you can continue. You're good.
Imagine we're bringing one of those fuckers in through CERN. You got me fucked up.
There's a lot of there's a lot of stuff that's
Imagine one of
weird.
them motherfuckers is just hanging out in one of our fucking bunkers, bullshitting with some government.
Manipulating
Area
a
51.
president or some. Yeah, facts.
Area 51.
Mind
what the hell is
control.
that? What is like?
There's a
Yeah,
problem.
facts.
Could you imagine in some crazy ass turn of events later on, we find out that like we were just being manipulated to become like the perfect slaves for an alien race?
We was at some point Anunnaki for sure.
Well, yeah, but I mean like.
But still like thinking we have free will, but really there's somebody who's like playing us like a video game.
Like at the end of it, we're like low key building their shit that they need.
Right.
What's really scary about the boss structure is it's the first thing that we've apparently seen in the universe like it, of its size. Its shape is exactly the same as our DNA. It's the same as a DNA cell, which means that there is actually a possibility that we could be
God.
a molecule on like a much larger thing or something like that, like in the universe. Like we're like because like gravitationally speaking, somehow that's possible. Just like how like there could just literally be like a whole universe like our own, living within a blade of grass, because of how small. Like if you keep zooming.
I think that they know a lot more. We obviously know that the government knows. Well, just people. We'll say people knows more than they let on. Like Area 51.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Area 51 is that's the most interesting.
They closed Area
government-related
51
thing.
in the 60s,
So
70s.
they say.
Moved it to Russia.
So they say.
Okay, so I have a curious. This would be a good topic of discussion.
Yeah.
Do you think? Okay, so supposedly, like anywhere on Earth, doesn't matter where you're at on Earth, even if you're in the middle of the ocean, if you dig deep enough, you're gonna hit.
Wall.
Rock bottom.
Bedrock?
Yeah.
Lava.
What's past that?
Core.
Mantle.
Lava.
Lava.
Or the Earth is
Yeah.
supposed to be molten.
Right.
So they say, but there's really people.
So, let's say.
Ever
Area
hear about
51,
Siberia?
Area 51, or like, you know, any of those, like, in the Grand Canyon, there's places in the Grand Canyon that NASA owns, like, you're not allowed in and shit. What if in one of those fucking caves, they've drilled
Harnessing
deep
the
enough
energy.
to
Hey
fucking
yo.
pull in
For sure.
lava,
Hey yo.
and one of these alien races just be coming down and like
I
refueling
believe-
their fucking UFOs off the whatever energy
That
they generate.
is some fucking trippy shit
As
to
like
think
a
about right
deal
there,
type
bro.
shit, like
Yeah,
they
like,
get something
what if
out
we're
of it,
just a pit
exchange for.
stop? What if we're just like a gas refuel station for
But then
some
what would we
alien-
Is
get
the
out of
Grand
that?
Canyon in a national park?
Yeah.
certain
Basically.
technological advancements?
I'm a believer that these portals are hidden in national parks, or
And
like these
aliens
fueling
would
stations
have
and
all
shit like
this
that you're
around,
talking
they weren't
about.
Like, hey, we'll teach you how to fucking create nuclear fission.
Absolutely.
You
I
just
believe
let our
I believe
specific alien race
for sure,
qualify
without a
your
doubt,
planet.
I wonder
If you look,
We fix this.
if you look at old
'Cause we
maps,
don't have to be the ones that drilled the hole. They could have come down with a laser pin and be like, meow.
if you look at old
Alright, we're
maps
good.
of the globe, like there's shit outside of Antarctica, and Antarctica wasn't always frozen either. But I truly believe like outside of it, there's different types of shit as well, and like and the governments, the people who control, like probably have some contact.
I think that
exchange with them.
I remember asking this question so many different times as a kid and being dismissed. As a kid growing up, I had like, and this isn't to sound like an asshole, but like my consciousness was there, man. Like
agree,
I was
dog.
aware of my like what's going
I
on. Like,
believe
people would
you.
talk to me like I'm a child when I was 5, 6, but I was already an
You was
adult up
knowing
here, bro.
shit.
Like
I
I was
feel
thinking,
you, dog.
you know what I mean? I'm like
Yeah.
I'm you don't gotta talk to me like that. Like talk to me like a human.
Facts.
But like I got dismissed so many times when asking about Antarctica because as a kid it
It
interested
was just
me.
accepted.
Why is it the biggest continent on Earth, but we don't go there? It's uninhabited. And they claim it's because of the weather and because of this and that and the other thing, and I'm just like, I don't fucking
Right,
believe
and it
that.
just
You mean to
so
tell me we
happens
can
to,
inhabit
like, be around
Australia, but we
everything.
can't inhabit Antarctica?
I'm
Right.
not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say no names. I'm
We
not
can
gonna
have
say
it
no-
Alaska too, but
Yeah,
like Greenland, like
I'm not gonna say no names, no nothing. But whenever I went to tech, I knew it from tech. I knew it, my tech teacher, my first one. Long story short, let's say that he was doing some work that I didn't tend to ask him about. He just basically said it was like just some
he was a mason.
like covert, more classified stuff that he was working on out in the like he was in a real cold region, in Antarctica type region, like very. I mean, you can see pictures of him, like his beard would be frozen over, like it wasn't, like it was. And he even had pictures of some of the places, and dude, it literally looked like a constant blizzard. And I don't know what he was doing. I mean, I know that he is like a very skilled diesel technician. He can listen to an engine and tell you what's wrong with it, type shit.
Right.
So, I mean, someone of his skill could probably be used out there.
I bet you.
But
I bet you.
it's just to throw it out there that Antarctica isn't as like it's active.
Right.
It's more active than what people.
Nah, for sure. There's certain parts blocked off, but I definitely think it needs to be just like explored.
My brother
by
had-
common people.
My brother had a good point. Go ahead. My bad.
You're good. I was just gonna say I got like five minutes.
Okay. Real quick.
They need to fucking let off a nuke in the atmosphere right above in the middle of Antarctica.
Have you ever heard of Project Fishbowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I have not.
Project Fishbowl is you could literally look up Project Fishbowl. It's where they shot nukes at the firmament or the atmosphere or ozone layer to like see its effect, and they recorded it all. It's all recorded. The U.S. government did these tests, and they shoot it, and you see it hits it, and it looks kind of like water when it hits it.
I'm a firm believer that that's water up there, and I discovered that by watching Shooting Stars as a kid. Where I live, there's very little light pollution in
As
the
above,
sky,
so below.
and I spend a lot of time in the woods and outside, and I can tell you right now from looking at the sky and seeing hundreds of shooting stars as a kid, every time I see one, behind it, what follows behind it, are bubbles. If you look fucking close, even especially with a telescope,
That's a really good.
you watch a shooting star go through the
Analysis.
sky, it looks like bubbles are following behind it. I'm telling you,
Fuck yeah.
it's looks like it's in water. It
Yeah,
makes sense for them to be floating
Nah,
too.
I believe it. You know, it's funny because I just heard Wiz say that. I just seen a clip yesterday. He was on a podcast, and they were like, "What do you think about space?" He's like, "I believe it's all water up there, yada yada yada." And then he said, "As above, so below." And then they were like, "What do you think about aliens?" He was like, "They're in the ocean." He was like that.
He been taking mushrooms.
Facts. Well, I mean, he's Wiz Khalifa.
He's
too.
smart, like, he
he's
knows-
probably smoked with the like. I guarantee Wiz knows everything to know about weed, and he's probably met the best stoners you could ever smoke with.
Oh,
Who
yeah,
know
bro.
people
If
like
they,
Wiz probably knows some shit.
Oh yeah, for
if
sure.
they would let off a nuke above Antarctica,
Yeah,
it would warm the area enough for motherfuckers to be able to supposedly can't get across Antarctica because it's so cold in the middle.
Right.
We don't have the technology.
Yeah, we do. No, I think
Let off a couple fucking nukes.
my brother had a great point.
Guarantee you can cross
What
that thing.
scares me though is like what's frozen in that ice. Like there's disease and
That's why
shit.
you let it off.
My brother had a great point, bro. Like, cause he's flown a good bit of places. He's an archaeologist. He went to school for like 5 years as an
That
archaeologist,
is a
bro.
real good point, though. Whatever's been frozen up for that long, I kind of wanted to stay there because I
disease.
swear, if I see Godzilla rise from fucking
His-
Antarctica waters before GTA
My brother's
6 comes out,
teacher-
bro, I'm gonna be so mad.
My brother's like
Nah.
mentor, like the
Nah.
dude that my brother like did apprenticeship with.
Mm-hmm.
He's an old ass dude, archaeologist. He'd been in like every continent, a lot of different like states and countries and provinces, whatever, and all these different continents. He's explored all different fucking forms of terrain. The man
Amazing.
never touched foot in Antarctica. He was never allowed to even speak of it with his mentor either.
Right.
And when Jonathan, my brother, would ask him about it and shit like that, he would always dismiss it too and just talk about like, you know, it's just land that we can't do anything about. But then also too, on these flights, he always thought it was weird how it took so long to get certain places. I can't remember which place it was. I think he said Brazil or somewhere from here. He said it takes like a certain amount of hours to get there when it should only take like less than an hour because you should be able to just fly right over
Yeah.
Antarctica. But you can't even, there's no flight paths that even go over Antarctica. That's a fact. You know that? I didn't know that until he mentioned it. You literally, there's no, like, it would be so much easier and less time and fuel and cost.
Because they don't want people looking out over.
You
like,
you
hey,
look
what's
down and you're
that?
like,
What's
what the fuck is
Yeah.
that? There's
I
Godzilla
guarantee
beating the
there's
shit out of a
some
giant
freaky
spider down
shit
there.
Going on
Yeah,
Like,
dude, for
I
real.
guarantee there's giants and aliens and all types of shit.
Could you imagine like getting kidnapped? You know what I mean, bro? And you like wake up like you go for a trip down to Mexico, you get kidnapped or something like that, disappear, and you wake up like in some facility out there, bro, in Antarctica. Never be able to
Fuck.
leave, bro.
Yeah.
You're fucked. That'd be crazy. Anyway,
Fuck.
good podcast. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We gotta
Hell
get
yeah,
going.
yo! This is another episode of Vision Talks. I'm Greg Lamont.
Dude.
Karma.
Peace.